Welcome to World's UK, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. January 8, 2026. The city stirs awake beneath a pale winter sunrise, the White House standing as a symbol of American power and continuity. But on this morning, the air is thick with anticipation. Something feels different, as if the world is holding its breath. Inside, the White House hums with routine. Staffers shuffle papers, aides check their phones, and the president prepares for another day of high-stakes decisions. Suddenly, a sharp chime breaks the monotony. A news alert from Caracas flashes on President Trump's private screen, demanding his immediate attention. He freezes, coffee in hand, eyes narrowing as the headline blares across the screen. Venezuela launches the world's first oil trading hub, operating exclusively in Chinese Yuan. The words seem to echo in the silent Oval Office, their implications sinking in with every passing second. This isn't just another headline. It's a direct challenge to American power, a bold move that threatens to unravel years of painstaking sanctions and diplomatic pressure. For Trump, who has made isolating Venezuela a cornerstone of his foreign policy, it's a personal affront, a signal that his strategy is being openly defied. The move is more than symbolic. It signals that Venezuela, with China's unwavering backing, has found a way to sidestep the U.S. financial chokehold. Oil tankers prepare to set sail, contracts are signed in yuan, and the world's energy markets begin to shift, ever so slightly, away from the dollar's grasp. The president's anger is immediate and visceral. His carefully crafted strategy has been outmaneuvered, and not by a minor player, but by China, America's chief rival on the world stage. The stakes are suddenly much higher, and the sense of urgency in the room is palpable. The US dollar's dominance, long taken for granted, is now at stake. If other nations follow Venezuela's lead, America's economic leverage, built over decades, could begin to crumble. Traders around the globe watch currency screens flicker, sensing the tremors of a possible seismic shift in the world order. Trump's thoughts race toward retaliation. Just days earlier, the U.S. had captured Venezuelan President Maduro, a move meant to end the standoff and reassert American dominance. Yet, even with Maduro in custody, the opposition remains undeterred, and the crisis only deepens. In Caracas, the government moves swiftly. The Yuan oil hub launches in Maduro's absence, a clear message that the plan is bigger than any one leader. The Venezuelan parliament convenes, traders fill the floors, and the city buzzes with a new sense of purpose and defiance. The defiance is no longer just rhetoric, it's now state policy with Beijing's full support. Chinese diplomats and Venezuelan officials stand shoulder to shoulder, their alliance cemented in the face of American opposition. In Beijing, government buildings glow in the morning light, signaling China's readiness to reshape the global order. Trump knows a stronger response is needed. He confers urgently with his security advisors, weighing options that range from economic retaliation to diplomatic isolation. But every move risks a dangerous escalation, one that could spiral far beyond Venezuela's borders. The world is watching, holding its breath as the rules of global power begin to shift. In capitals from Moscow to Berlin, leaders gather around screens, aware that what happens next could redefine alliances, economies, and the very balance of power for years to come. In the bustling port city of Maracaibo, a historic moment unfolds as Venezuelan and Chinese officials stand side by side. Together, they unveil the Orinoco Yuan Petroleum Exchange, the world's first oil trading hub to operate exclusively in Chinese yuan. This isn't just a ceremonial ribbon cutting, it marks a seismic shift in the global energy landscape, signaling Venezuela's determination to chart a new course. For generations, oil and the US dollar have been inseparable. The petrodollar system, born in the 1970s, made the greenback the world's default currency for energy trade, cementing America's financial dominance and giving Washington enormous leverage over oil-rich nations. But now, Venezuela is boldly breaking with that tradition. By launching this yuan-based exchange, the country is sidestepping US sanctions and the Western banking system that once held it in a financial chokehold. This move is as much about economic survival as it is about sovereignty. The new hub allows Venezuela to sell its oil directly to China and other willing buyers, with payments routed through Chinese banks, completely out of reach from Washington's sanctions and oversight. This financial architecture is designed to be untouchable, insulating Venezuela's oil revenues from foreign interference. This closed-loop system not only cements the growing partnership between Caracas and Beijing, but also provides both nations with a shield against American financial pressure. It's a strategic alliance, built on mutual benefit, and a shared desire to challenge the status quo. To guarantee uninterrupted supply, Venezuela has stationed a floating stockpile of 20 million barrels of oil in Asian waters. These tankers, anchored near key markets, ensure that shipments can continue regardless of any new sanctions or blockades imposed by the U.S. The Orinoco Yuan petroleum exchange isn't just a symbolic gesture, it's fully operational, with active trading in yuan contracts and growing participation from international buyers. For the first time, there's a real, functioning alternative to the petrodollar system. With the world's largest proven oil reserves, Venezuela is now leveraging its natural wealth to fuel a new financial order, one that could reshape the balance of power in global energy markets. The message is clear. The era of dollar-only oil is no longer absolute. Venezuela's bold gambit is sending shockwaves through the world of energy and finance, and the ripple effects are only just beginning. The petrodollar system, born in the 1970s, made the US dollar the world's reserve currency by tying oil sales to it. This forced every nation to hold dollars, letting America print money, run deficits, and wield sanctions as a weapon. The system underpins US economic stability and global influence. Sanctions work because global trade flows through the dollar. Washington can freeze assets and isolate entire nations. Venezuela's yuan hub is small, but it's a precedent, a working model for escaping the dollar's grip with China's help. If bigger oil producers follow, global demand for dollars could plummet. America's economic power and geopolitical leverage would erode. The post-war balance of power is at risk. The world is watching to see if the petrodollar's foundation will crack. Venezuela and China's partnership has deep roots. China needs oil. Venezuela needs cash and technology. As U.S. sanctions tightened, Beijing provided loans, expertise, and political cover. Together, they built the Yuan oil hub, secure payment channels, bypassing SWIFT, and technical support to revive Venezuela's oil output. Trump's hardline policies only pushed them closer. The floating oil stockpile in Asia was the final touch, ensuring China's refineries would never run dry. This isn't just Venezuela's project, it's a joint venture to reshape global energy markets. The Yuan hub is China's bid to internationalize its currency and challenge U.S. dominance. Selling oil in yuan is a direct strike at America's financial core. Venezuela and China have proven that energy trade can bypass the dollar and U.S. sanctions. If other sanctioned nations like Iran or Russia follow, America's economic pressure loses its bite. Every barrel sold in yuan boosts China's currency and influence. The Orinoco Yuan exchange is a tangible shift toward a multipolar world. The U.S. faces a new reality. Its financial tools are no longer unchallenged. Trump's fury is about more than oil. It's about the slow erosion of American power. The rules of global finance are being rewritten. From Moscow to Riyadh, leaders are watching Venezuela's yuan hub with keen interest. For countries under U.S. sanctions, it's a blueprint for escaping American pressure. Russia and Iran are already moving to de-dollarize. Now they have a working model. Even U.S. allies, like Saudi Arabia, are exploring yuan oil sales to China. As China becomes the top oil importer, producers are hedging their bets. Each country that trades oil outside the dollar weakens the petrodollar system. The dominoes are set. Venezuela's move could trigger a global cascade. Washington fears the floodgates of de-dollarization have opened. America's fierce response to Venezuela's challenge echoes past interventions. In Iraq, Saddam's Euro oil sales preceded invasion. In Libya, Gaddafi's gold dinar plan died with him. These moves threatened the petrodollar and were met with force. The capture of Maduro is the latest warning: defy the dollar at your peril. Yet Venezuela's defiance endures, even after its leaders fall. The old playbook may no longer work as new alliances form. The stakes for U.S. power have never been higher. The Venezuela-China oil hub is more than a currency dispute. It's a bold signal that the global balance of power is shifting in real time. What's happening here isn't just about oil or money, it's about who gets to set the rules for the world economy and who gets left behind. This partnership is a sign of shifting global power, as old alliances are tested and new ones are forged. The world map is being redrawn, not with armies, but with trade deals, infrastructure, and new financial networks. For decades, U.S. dominance rested on military might and the dollar's supremacy. America's influence was felt everywhere, from Wall Street to the world's battlefields, and the dollar was the currency everyone trusted. Now, China is building an alternative system, using economic strength, not force. Instead of tanks and troops, China wields investment, technology, and massive infrastructure projects to win friends and shape the future. Projects like the Belt and Road Initiative stretch across continents, connecting Asia, Africa, and Europe with new roads, railways, and ports. These aren't just construction projects, they're the backbone of a new economic order. And the Yuan oil hub in Venezuela is a key piece of this puzzle, allowing countries to trade outside the dollar system and giving China more leverage in global markets. These moves expand China's influence, offering lifelines to sanctioned states and creating new alliances with countries eager to escape Western pressure. The world is moving toward multipolarity, more centers of power, fewer universal rules. International organizations are adapting, and countries are seeking new partners to protect their interests. U.S. sanctions are losing their sting. America must now compete for allies. The old playbook of economic pressure is less effective when rivals offer alternatives. For smaller nations, this means new opportunities and new risks. They can play major powers against each other but must navigate a more complex, unpredictable world. If the dollar's status falls, the U.S. faces higher borrowing costs, inflation, and pressure to cut spending. Everyday Americans could feel the impact in rising prices and shrinking government programs. The events in Venezuela are an existential test for American power. How Washington responds could shape the future of the global order for decades to come. The next chapter of global finance is being written now, and its outcome will affect every nation, every business, and every citizen on the planet. The world stands at a crossroads. Venezuela's Yuan oil hub, backed by China, is the boldest challenge yet to the petrodollar. The U.S. must choose, escalate, and risk conflict, or adapt to a new, less dominant role. For China and Venezuela, the gamble has paid off, so far. But the real test is coming, as America weighs its response. Will others follow Venezuela's lead? Will the U.S. double down or change course? The era of dollar dominance is ending. The future of global power is up for grabs.